I have my apple earrings on. Welcome back everyone to another episode of Cooking with JJ. In this week's episode, I'm sharing with you some of the other ways that you can enjoy gari. You may have tuned in to some of my other episodes where I put my own personal spin on some West African dishes. Well, I'm here today to show you another common way of enjoying gari, which is for breakfast as a type of cereal. So I'm doing a few different variations. One will be a Canadian influenced variation. Another, I'm going to show you the traditional way before I add my own personal ingredients. And another one will be a tropical variation. I'm really excited to get started and share this with all of you. So let's head on over so we can enjoy the delicious and energizing breakfast variations. First of all, I'm starting off with our Canadian style gari cereal, so I'm coring and slicing up this apple. And now I'm chopping up some walnuts. I'm going to dry toast our gari on this pan here. I'm using the amount that's suitable for 2 people. So we got a half a cup here. We have 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, about a half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. We got our apple slices here. 1 cup's worth of oat milk. And our chopped walnuts. And of course, our toasted gari. We'll start by adding 1 cup of our oat milk in with our gari. It tends to absorb a lot, so I'm adding an additional 1/4 cup. Add your maple syrup in the mix and give it a stir. And I'm dusting on the cinnamon. Let the gari absorb the liquid for 5 minutes. And then you can go ahead and top it off with your apples and walnuts. If you're a fan of apple pie, you certainly will enjoy this for breakfast. Now on to our second variation. I'm adding our toasted gari to this bowl. This time I'm making less. I'm using a 1/4 cup's worth. I'm adding some raw sugar. Add the amount suitable to your taste. And I'm adding our oat milk. Give it a nice stir and let it sit for 5 minutes. We got our peanuts, which are also known as groundnuts. We have our sliced bananas, our shredded coconut, and our shaved dark chocolate. Add your peanuts on top, aka groundnuts. This is the original and most popular way to have gari in West Africa. Very simple, but I'm adding some more ingredients for a bonus. I'm adding our shredded coconut. Feel free to toast it. I'm adding the sliced bananas. And our shaved dark chocolate. And I'll call this one Funky Monkey.
After doing some yoga, it certainly hit the spot.
There were some negative comments on a previous video that I did where I share a recipe including gari. Someone got riled up because they associate gari with being a food of the repressed, and a few of their Nigerian friends have a negative association with it as well. However, there are many West Africans who share many wonderful stories about gari, and they have some good fond memories of gari as well. One article can be found on Bon Appetit, and it was written by Chisom Peter Job. He shares an article about his family, and in the title itself it says gari is his family's favorite food tradition. He shares a story about his grandmother making gari growing up, and his grandmother states that gari is her favorite food. She has fond memories of enjoying gari with her late husband, and it was a very comforting food amid very difficult times. It provided nutrition, it was easy to put together no matter what the circumstances were, and it provided you energy and proper nutrition to get you through the day. A Nigerian woman named Flo calls out people for having a negative association with gari. She says it's just plain ignorance, and that gari provides a great amount of nutrition, and it's the best cereal for students as well. Gari contains vitamin B17, copper, magnesium, 15% of the daily recommended intake of folate, 47% of the daily recommended intake for calcium. It has vitamin A for the eyes, it has fiber, and carbs for energy. It's so simple and affordable. So let's appreciate the simplicity, be a little more open to trying something a little less common over here in our Western world.
Now on to our tropical style gari. I got a mango here. I'll cut it in half. You want to make some slices down the flesh vertically and then horizontally without cutting through the skin. Now we can easily remove the mango cubes from the peel. I'm going to peel a kiwi now and slice it up. Always be sure to wash the outside of the kiwi. I'll get our kiwi slices going. And I'll chop up some cashews, walnuts, and macadamia nuts. So we have a nice blend of nuts here. We got our toasted gari going, add in your oat milk as usual. I'm adding in some raw sugar. Stir it up. Again, let it sit and soak up everything. We'll add our nuts on top. Our kiwi slices in the middle for a nice pop of green. And our mango cubes. Another traditional thing they do in West Africa is add ice cubes. Keep in mind, the longer the gari sits, the more it absorbs.
This is the final one. Here we go. The purpose of the ice cubes is to provide a cooling effect when it's hotter out. And this is quite a nice combination with our tropical style fruits. So there you have it, everyone. Simple, nutritious, and interesting varieties of ways you can enjoy gari for breakfast. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. And if you did, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, and hit the little bell notification icon so you don't miss a single video. There's going to be a new video popping up every Monday at 12 noon Eastern, so be sure to tune in. Until next time, this is JJ signing off, keeping things interesting in my kitchen and in yours. Bon appetit.